But besides those iconic cards, I'm putting every penny of free dollars I have into green and gold kabooms.
Really? Interesting.
Because I believe they are the next precious metal gem.
What is going on, everyone? Damien here from Main Event Cards, and we are back with another video. This video, I am going to be doing my own little reaction to a video that I was watching, that I was listening to on my daily walk from the Sports Card Dad, Dustin, over there on the Sports Card Dad channel here on YouTube. He had an interview a few months back with Brian Gray. For those of you who do not know, Brian Gray is the former CEO of Leaf. Obviously, Leaf, the trading card sports card brand that are responsible for UFC autos that look like this, and also this. Some of the best autos designs we have seen.
I'm gonna come. Oh.
But Brian Gray, he was on this interview. They were talking mostly about repacks. But what sparked my interest and sparked this video actually was a topic that I found very, very interesting. Brian Gray, at the end of the interview, gives his thoughts on long-term value of Panini. Now, Panini Cards obviously been in the football, basketball space for over 10 years. UFC only had a 3-year run, which makes this even more relevant for us, even more interesting what his thoughts were on sort of the iconic, stronger designs that Panini have been responsible for. Now, let's go over to the video. I'm going to give his reaction, and I think it's very, very interesting to hear what he has to say, and I'm going to give my thoughts at the end.
What was your last PC pickup, Brian?
I bought the Pat Mahomes Green Kaboom 101. It sold in Fanatics Collect for $60,000.
All right, give us one more, a card that you're holding for 10 years.
I'll say it.
Throw out one. Throw out one that you're like, I love this card.
Outside of my PC is the iconic rookies. It's Jordan, Mantle, and real rookies. I bought that ugly Mantle that was on Twitter. I don't know if you saw it, the one with the hole punched in it for $16,000. But besides those iconic cards, I'm putting every penny of free dollars I have into green and gold kabooms.
Really? Interesting.
Because I believe they are the next precious metal gem. Panini loses basketball in 4 months. They lose football in just over a year. There's never going to be a licensed kaboom again. And what everyone says about these lawsuits, no matter what happens, Panini will never, ever have a license again, ever. If somehow a court said monopolies aren't okay, they'll give the license to Leaf, Wildcard, or Upper Deck. They will never give, because you can't go after a league and fight with them and then expect them to be your buddy after the fact. They're dead. They've killed their golden goose. It's time to go back to Italy.
They're going non-sports. They're going non-sports.
They're done. They're going to make whatever they make. Maybe they'll make more Beach Boys cards. Those were very cute. But the reality is, it's just, we're in a new world now. And we're in a world where all those classic things that the things Panini did do right, were making cards that weren't autographed or game used good again. Like they made regular cards pretty good. Like a case hit means something now. Like they took paper and made it good. That's been very rare. So now I think as a collector / investor, that's the stuff I want, because there's not going to be enough of it when everyone runs for the exits.
So yeah, there we have it. That very, very interesting point. Obviously, Brian Gray, a very well-respected member. As I said, he is the former CEO of Leaf. There for a very long time. I believe he sold the company two or so years ago, but was there from the beginning. He's always been a card collector, a very prominent figure in the card hobby. So what he says carries weight, and obviously people like that, when they talk, you need to listen. And I thought what he said about Panini as a whole, in terms of the legacy, with some of their inserts, some of their bigger designs, like you've got your kabooms, you've got your downtowns, those sort of cards are going to be potentially the next precious metal gems, as he suggested. Some of these cards that are going to be very, very sought after 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years time. And that's the sort of stuff that gets my juices flowing, in terms of when I like to think about cards that could increase in value a lot more in the future. So what I like, obviously things even more special about this, in terms of what we are into with UFC, Panini license only 3 years. Only 3 years. Only 2 of those years we had kabooms. Only 2 of those years we had downtowns. And not only that, a lot of the bigger name fighters who are not only big now, but they've only got maybe one kaboom. Obviously, some of these fighters didn't even have the full 3-year run of Panini. So some of these fighters are only going to have one downtown ever. They only have one kaboom ever. And as he is saying, the shit show that's going on in the courtroom between Panini, Topps, and the licensing with all the leagues at the moment, Panini have basically shot their self in the foot in terms of ever getting these licenses again from any of these leagues. And basically, as he's put, Panini are dead. Panini, they're not going to be more kabooms. There's not going to be more ever downtowns. So especially for UFC, it's going to be an even more limited run. And when you've got people who look back in 20 years' time and want some of these rare cards that were not only iconic but also look cool, kabooms, Panini inserts in general, some of these could be it. So I totally agree with this comment. I think this was very, very interesting to not only listen to. I will have a link to the Sports Card Dad channel linked in the description below. I'll also put a link in for those of you who want to listen to this full interview. But let me know in the comments down below. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with Brian Gray? Do you agree with this in terms of Panini inserts? It's sort of get in now while you can. If you're sort of speculating, I believe it is a strong area to definitely consider. Obviously, everyone do their own research, but I definitely agree with this, and it's something that I will be carrying with me in the near future. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments down below. I appreciate you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next time at Main Event Cards.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. Back the fuck up. I'll knock the fuck out you.
Damn, man.
Hey.